Okay, we're going to look at page 25 in your textbooks. I'll write some problems down. If you have your textbooks, great. If not, I'll write the problems up here for you. So you're on page 25. We're going to look at problem number 1 first. Number 1 says 76 and a half, and we want to change that to a decimal. So it's going to be 76 point something. Okay, so the 76, we can ignore that. We don't have to do anything with the 76. We know that's our whole number and it's to the left of the decimal. So the 1/2, we need to change that to a decimal using long division. The thing to remember is the top number goes all on the inside always, and the bottom number goes on the outside. And it doesn't matter which one's bigger, which one's smaller, it always goes like this. Top on the inside, bottom on the outside. So we do that. Our top number is 1, our bottom number is 2. We need to add a decimal point after the 1 and bring that decimal point straight up, and then put at least 1 0 after the decimal there. So 2 goes into 1 0 times, and then 2 will go into 10 5 times. 5 times 2 will give us 10, and 10 minus 10 is 0. So we know 1/2 as a decimal is 0.5, and we've got that whole number 76 there, so we just write 76.5. And there's your answer for changing the fraction to a decimal. Let's look at number 3 on that page. Number 3 says -47/10. Okay, don't worry about the negative sign at all. Just ignore the negative sign. We know when we write it as a decimal, we're going to make sure it's negative. So just go ahead and do your division with the top number on the inside and the bottom number on the outside. Again, notice that I made them both positive. We can ignore the negative sign while we do our division. Put your decimal after the 47 and bring it straight up and add a 0 after it. That still says 47. So 10 will not go into 4, but 10 will go into 47, and it'll go into 47 4 times. We know that 10 times 4 is 40. And we subtract those and get 7, and we bring this 0 down, and now it's 70. And we know 10 will go into 77 times. 7 times 10 is 70, and 70 minus 70 is a remainder of 0. So that's our answer. Then we need to go back and make sure we put the negative sign, and we get -4.7. So that, number 3, -47/10 as a decimal is -4.7. Number 5 now. Number 5 says 7/20. So again, top number on the inside, bottom number on the outside. Decimal point, bring it straight up, add at least 1 0. So 20 goes into 7 0 times, and now we want to know how many times 20 will go into 70. So if you need your calculator, use it. You would type in your calculator 70 divided by 20. Okay, go ahead and type that into your calculator, 70 divided by 20. And you get 3.5. All we need is the 3. So 20 goes into 73 whole times. So we put 3 there, and then we do 3 times 20. If we need our calculator for help, then we get 60. So 60, and then we subtract those, and 70 minus 60 is 10. We need another 0, bring it down. We can't have a remainder. We got 100 now. So then you can do 100 divided by 20, and your calculator will say 5. So 5, and we know 5 times 20 is 100. 100 minus 100 is 0. So that's our answer, 0.35. Okay. Next one that we'll look at is number 7. 7 in the directions, they give you 99/36, and they say to simplify it first and then use long division to make it a decimal, a terminating decimal. So if we look at this, both of these numbers are divisible by 9. So 99 divided by 9 is 11, and 36 divided by 9 is 4. So that is the fraction in simplest form. We're going to leave it improper. There's no need to change it to a mixed number. Just leave it as 11/4. Okay, but it could be simplified to 11/4. Now we do our long division. So again, bottom number goes on the outside, top number goes on the inside. Decimal, add a 0, bring your decimal straight up. So 4 won't go into 1, but 4 will go into 11, and it will go into 11 twice. So 4 times 2 is 8. 11 minus 8 is 3. Bring down the 0 and get 30. 4 will go into 30 7 times. If you're not sure, again, you would type in 30 divided by 4. And when you type 30 divided by 4 in your calculator, you get 7.5. And again, we just need the 7. 7 times 4 is 28. Subtract and you get 2. Add another 0 onto the 11. Bring it straight down. Now we have 20. 4 goes into 25 times. 5 times 4 is 20. 20 minus 20 is 0. Okay, so as a decimal, it's 2.75. Those are the two answers we're looking for there on number 7. Let's take a look at number 9. Okay, number 9 says 9 over 48. So we want to simplify 9 over 48. Both are divisible by 3. Use your calculator if you need to. 9 divided by 3 is 3, and 48 divided by 3 is 16. So 3 over 16 is the fraction in simplest form. Now we're going to divide it out. Again, top number goes on the inside, bottom number goes on the outside. Bring your decimal and add a 0. 16 goes into 3 0 times. Now 16 into 30, you can do 30 divided by 16, and you will get 1.875. But again, all we want is the 1. So 1, and then 16 times 1 is 16. We subtract that. Use your calculator if you need to do 30 minus the 16, and you will get 14. Then we need to bring down a 0, so where we have 140. So use your calculator again. Type in 140 divided by 16, and you get 8.75. Again, all we want is the 8. So there's your 8. 8 times 16 now. Type in 8 times 16 to know what that is. 8 times 16 is 128. So 128, subtract. And if you need your calculator to subtract those, go ahead. And you would get 12. We're going to need to bring down another 0. We have 120. So now type in 120 divided by 16. And you get 7.5. So 7 is the number we want. So 7. And then you would type in 16 times 7. And you would get 112. So 112. Subtract, and you would get 8. You're going to need to bring down another 0 to make 80. Scroll down a little bit here. And then let me erase what I've got here. It's getting in the way. Okay. So you brought down the 0 to make 80. So now you would type in 80 divided by 16. When you type that in, you get 5. So 5 goes right there, and then 5 times 16 is 80, and 80 minus 80 is 0. So then we know as our fractions, we have 3 over 16 when we simplified, and then as a decimal, it's 0.1875. We had to go out pretty far to get that one. Okay, one last one. One last one here. If we look at number 13, 5 over 6. Number 13 says 5 over 6. And it's telling us that this is going to be a repeating decimal, and they want us to go out 3 places. So 5 over 6, same thing. Top number goes on the inside, bottom number on the outside. Decimal point, add a 0, bring your decimal straight up. 6 goes into 5 0 times. 6 goes into 50. If you're not sure, again, do 50 divided by 6. And then you're only concerned with that whole number. So 50 divided by 6 is going to give us 8.3 repeating. But again, all we want is that 8 right now. So 8 times the 6 would be 48. If you need your calculator, use your calculator to do 8 times 6, it'll get 48. Subtract and you get 2. You need to bring down another 0 to make 20. And use your calculator to do 20 divided by 6. And you'll get 3.3 repeating this time. Again, we just want the 3. So we have 3 times 6, and that is 18. Subtract and you get 2. Bring down another 0, and you get 20 again. So now you see what's happening here is we're always getting a remainder of 2, and then we're bringing down a 0. A remainder of 2, bringing down a 0. So again, 6 is going to go into 23 times. 3 times 16 is 18. 3 times 6, sorry, is 18. Subtract and you get 2. So we see now it's going to start repeating. So it's 0.83 and the 3 repeats. So 0.83 repeating. And that's your answer.